And we're going to talk about the Fusion Evolution Comp Plan and how it works, what are the key features, how you'd make money with it. And for people who are in the business and understand it and want to know some of the serious aspects of it, we'll talk about that. I'm joined by a couple of other leaders. I've got Mr. Paul Devlin is joining me. He's out in Colorado. That's him you see down in the bottom of the screen. And then I'm also joined at Michael Smith from corporate, who is not on camera. He is just going to be coming in as the voice of God because he probably understands this compensation plan better than anybody else on earth. Maybe Paul, just quick intro comment that your thought on the plan that you somebody who's looking at this, and obviously we're doing this video for two reasons. One is training for you guys who are already Fusion team members who want to know how it works, and then is for people who are serious prospects, candidates who are looking at the business and want to know better, okay, how would I make money? That's also why we're making this video as a follow-up tool. Anything you'd add, Paul?
Well, it's, you know, the compensation plan has 15 ways to make money, and what we're going to focus on are the ways for the brand new person who's getting involved up through somebody who's going to make, you know, maybe their target is $4,000 a month, or $5,000 a month. There's somebody who's really serious about the business, maybe even extend it beyond that into the $10,000 a month category. How do you do that inside of this compensation plan? So what we're not going to focus on is some of the very back-end portions of the plan. We're going to focus on the core elements of the comp plan.
All right, great lead-in. So I'm going to start with number one, which is retail profit. Very simple. You get a 20% discount as a team member. So that allows you to make 30 to whatever percent actual percentage profit-wise. Preferred customer, based on this, and the second thing, which is the preferred customer benefit, which is you can get an extra 20% discount extra on the volume of your third preferred customer. And then the third way you earn, which is an additional discount, which means you can get up to 10% additional discount on the volume of your purchases, like if they're over 300 PV, it's 5%. If they're over 600 PV, it's an additional 7.5%, and over 600 PV, 10%. So what does this mean? It means Fusion is serious about having customers. We really do reward people for developing a strong customer base and developing a solid base of customers to grow their business. So that's really all. I think everybody understands them. They're pretty simple. Number 4 and 5 are not really retail profit bonuses, but they help in very similar ways. Number 4 is the sponsorship bonus. And this is every time you bring somebody new in the business, you get a 20% of the points purchased by them, or volume produced by them, I should say, in their first week. And number 5 is the increased consumption bonus, which is you get a 10% extra bonus on the volume from your personals, the people, meaning the people you bring over into the business, any of their volume over 60 PV a week. So that, again, just makes it much more lucrative when you're bringing people in and developing customers. It really does allow you to be profitable. Paul or Michael, anything I missed or you would add to those?
No, I think you've got that pretty clear.
Well, one thing I would add is one of the things I love about this comp plan is that Fusion has made it so that as you build a customer base, and these are people that would go to your Fusion site, place an order for products as a customer, that those orders actually help you qualify for commissions in the compensation plan. A really powerful aspect of this plan. So, I mean, in essence, I love this product line so much, I'm going to keep buying the products. But in theory, a person who's developing a customer base could actually negate their cost of doing business and being able to get commissions in the Fusion plan.
I agree. That's the one thing I think from a regulatory perspective that's really fantastic, is that you can actually tell somebody no purchase required.
Yeah. Okay, so now before we get into what I call the sexy part of the plan, I want to set the stage a little because there's a lot of confusion with the plan because this is a complex plan. Now, the reason it's a complex plan is I think it's absolutely genius because the reason the complexity is there is because it has evolved. It's called the evolution plan because it's evolved and it's including the best elements of the kind of pay plans that have been used in our profession for the last 60-some years. I think where the confusion comes from is people think it's a binary plan because they see you build a left side and a right side. But this is not a binary plan. There are other people who think it's a unilevel plan, but there are unilevel elements of it, but it's absolutely not a unilevel plan. It is the evolution plan. There's never been a plan quite like this. It's unique, created, developed by Fusion, again, with learning the best practices of what's worked. It rewards the proper behavior. It encourages people to build in depth. You're going to find retailers love it for the reasons that Paul and Michael just talked about, and that there really is a viable retail profit because these are priced really well. They're real products for real people at real prices. You're going to find that people who want to build a solid residual income love this plan. People who want to build a team. Now here's what you're also going to find. The MLM junkies hate this plan. Now you know why they hate this plan? Because it can't be gamed. In other words, you can't buy your way to a rank. So, and you've seen this in some companies where people will say, hey, so-and-so is on a run for this rank. If everybody would order 2 extra boxes of this week, you know, we could get them qualified. And so they get a rank, they get a pin, they qualify one time, and then they never qualify again. You can't do this in the Fusion plan because as the ranks get higher and higher, the number of weeks you need to qualify extends. So people, they just can't buy their way to a rank. And you can't just come in and get a cooked leg, which is what the junkies are looking for. They're saying, hey, put me in a spot with a cooked leg. That isn't going to do you any good in this company because you really do have to bring in people and train them and help them be successful. And it is a weekly plan, but it's paid in cycles, runs in 2-week cycles. Is there any more I need to say on that, Michael, in terms of the weekly versus the cycles, that nobody's going to be confused about that before we get into individual things?
Well, the cycle, I mean, we pay everything weekly other than the one, you know, monthly rank bonus. The cycle is really just a qualification period. So you can still get paid every single week in the plan, even though we have a 2-week a 2-week activation cycle. But yeah, other than that, you're great.
All right, and again, I want to emphasize, you don't have to understand this whole plan. You're really, if you notice, I'm drinking off, which is for mental clarity and concentration. If you really want to know this complaint, you better drink some off and study it, but you don't need to know. You'll learn it as you go through and you qualify for these things. But let's get into now where the bulk of your earnings will be, and we'll go through these individually, the important ones, so you understand how they work. Number 6 is way to earn is pretty simple. It's a builder bonus. It's for your new people that you bring in their first 2 weeks. If they break a rank, bronze, senior, or executive, you're going to get a matching bonus. In other words, they'll get a bonus, you'll get a matching bonus. So if they go bronze, it's $25. Senior executive is $50. Executive is $100. Pretty simple. Again, just to encourage new people to get started fast, because you'll see it's actually easier to build the business fast than it is to build the business slow. You get some excitement, momentum. Now, the next 4 are where the serious money is. Number 7 is the team volume bonus. And, oh, can we pull up those slides, David? Yeah, I even forgot all about, we had, you know, got some slides, so for some of these it's important to see. So the team volume bonus, this is the one that you can get 10% on the volume of your lesser leg, meaning you've got a left side and a right side. This is what used to be called the binary part of the plan. That's what confused people, and they would think it was a binary plan. It's not a binary plan, but obviously we put elements of that, and so it's but we don't have the abuses. In other words, you don't have to keep buying new income centers and re-entering the organization and some of the abuses you see in the binary plans. You don't see any of that with Fusion. It starts with 10% and goes up to 1%. Have we got that on the main screen, or am I messed up? Or David, you having a problem with that? David is our behind-the-scenes ninja who's doing the
it's there.
Slides. It's there? Okay. I don't know why I don't see it. So do I have a, I don't have a white box around anything, but as you see, we're learning Google Hangouts. So as you see on this, the graph, it starts at 10% and then it goes up. It's only 1%. And you say, why does that go down? It's because the size of your organization goes up at each of those ranks. And I promise you, every time you go to a higher rank, you're making more money on that bonus than you were the previous rank. Michael, Paul, other thoughts on that one?
And one of the things I know a lot of MLM junkies, like you said, they always ask that question. They're very concerned that the binary percentage goes down. You can only slice a pie so many ways, but by decreasing that percentage, we're actually able to pay more money to the lower ranks, and keeping your lower rank people active, earning, and engaged, of course, builds far better retention. And that's the one thing our comp plan is designed to train people and encourage people towards retention and consistency of building.
And there's a 7-year track record that shows that's really working, by the way. Okay, let's look at number 8, which is the rank bonus. This is the one, remember, we're paid weekly, but this rank bonus, if you want to bring up that slide, this is paid monthly. Means whatever the highest rank you qualified for that month, you can get that bonus. There's a monthly bonus every time you hit it, and then there's a super bonus, which is the first time you hit it. So if you look at this, the chart on the slide, the left column, that's the monthly bonus that you get. So first time you go bronze, $50. First time you go platinum, $200. And all the way down to Diamond Millionaire X, you see the first time you hit that, $6,000, right? I mean, every time you hit that, every month, right? And then look at the right side column, the super bonuses. That's when you hit it the first time ever. And this is an example of these. We don't even talk about these in the opportunity meetings because take a look at those numbers. Diamond Millionaire, the super bonus, 100 grand, 300 grand for the next one, $1 million, and then the bottom one, Diamond Millionaire X, that's a $2 million super bonus. So for obvious reasons, we don't even talk about those in the meeting because most people are not going to earn them, right? Let's be realistic. We're all big kids here. Those are like freak of nature bonuses for people who go to extraordinary lengths and build huge teams all over the world. But for you guys and gals who are professionals and know the business and want to know if you came in and made this a full-time career, what the potential is, you can see that there. Michael, Paul, anything I should have said about that I didn't?
The one thing about those super bonuses is that you can tell when you look at it the qualification. The first few of them you have to make your rank 3 out of 6 months, and then the big ones 6 out of 9 months. Again, these aren't about home run hitters. These are bonuses for people who come into the business and are seriously building a real organization that's built for the marathon and not the 50-yard dash. And so that rewards those people who build those kinds of organizations.
And that goes back to what Randy was saying earlier, that you can't game this comp plan. You know, if you've got to qualify for something 6 out of 9 months, you can't buy your way there. You've got to actually build your way there. And Michael, I know when you and I've talked, and I've noticed this already in just being in the company for a short while, is when you hit a rank in this company, it tends to be solid. It tends to be stable. I love that about this moving through these ranks. And then if you look here, platinum is a rank. I mean, Randy, I think you hit that rank in what, a month or a month and a half?
Yeah, probably a month.
So there's a $2,000 one-time bonus that you get. And then the next rank is a $9,000 one-time bonus. I mean, that's a big increase for basically just doing the same thing. And I love, that's where it drives the behavior. This plan does an amazing job. I mean, you hit the $2,000 bonus, now you really want to go for the $9,000 bonus. You hit that one, now you're at $18,000 bonus. And what it's doing, in order for you to hit these bonuses, you're building layer upon layer in your organization. You're building depth. You're building strength in the organization. And so you hit these ranks and you tend to stay there. I mean, that's a powerful aspect. There's nothing more frustrating than somebody hitting a rank, maybe because they bought up or they're gaming it in some way, and then 2 months later they've fallen back 3 or 4 ranks. I love the way this is designed because it stabilizes your business.
Yeah, we've all seen people, they bought their way to a rank one time, they've got a pin, they're putting up on stages, but they haven't earned that bonus in 2 years. You don't see that with this plan. People who break ranks, they really had to build a team to break that rank. All right, number 9, leadership bonus. If your enrollee reaches senior executive and then more, and you're, of course, also that and above, you get a 20% matching bonus. Now, this can be a huge part of your income because as you get to these kind of ranks we're talking about, you're getting 20% matching bonus on what they make in number 7, their team volume bonus. So this, again, it rewards the best behavior. It gives your people, it gives everybody a reason to work down in depth and develop leaders. And then it means you're going to get paid. It doesn't matter which side, if they're on the left side, right side, strong leg, lesser leg, it won't matter. If you're developing leaders, you're going to get matching bonuses for it. And that's pretty sexy and pretty lucrative. Anything you guys would add to that?
Well, this is where the beginning of the hybrid aspect of the plan, you know, the plan that works against some of the negatives over the years that have been attributed to binaries, is when you're being paid a match for what your leaders are building regardless of where they are. I mean, you already said it, I'm just reiterating it, but it's a really powerful aspect of the comp plan.
Michael, anything I should have else said about that?
I guess the only caveat is with that leadership bonus is that at the ranks of platinum and below, you only get a matching bonus on your personals who you are equal to or outrank. Once you reach double platinum, you'll get a matching bonus on every one of your personals, no matter what rank they are. So that you can't be a gold and have gotten lucky and sponsored Randy Gage and get a matching bonus on him. You have to at least get yourself to the double platinum rank to match everybody of your personals.
Yeah, and again, I think that's a great safeguard of the plan. And I would also add that caveat Michael said, that's true for everything we're talking about. You can read the complete legal details of the entire plan on your team site or fusion.net. You can download the evolution plan and get all the specifics and what the criteria are. We're just trying to show you conceptually how you make money on each of these. So that takes us to number 10. If we could have that slide up. This is the personal group bonus. And this is another one that rewards you for developing leaders. So this is a bonus, again, on your personal enrollees from 2% to 8% of the volume in that line. And for you people who are in the business and know what an infinity bonus is, that's basically what this is. This is an infinity bonus on your personal enrollees, and again, it allows you to profit from developing leaders. It doesn't matter, left side, right side, greater leg, lesser leg, it doesn't matter. If you brought in people and you train them and they duplicate and they produce a nice group volume, you're going to get this 2 to 8% bonus on it. Paul, Michael, what would you add? Anything?
Yeah, I guess I would say here that the first thing to note is that it starts at the bronze level. So, you know, we have executive, that's the first rank you hit. Then we have senior executive, that's the second rank. Then you hit bronze. As soon as you hit bronze, the computer basically is drawing a circle around everything that you've built, everything that you're responsible for, the people that you've brought in, that they've brought in, to unlimited depth, draws a circle around all that volume, adds it up, and pays you 8%. And then it does the same thing when you're at the gold rank and as you advance. All right, and this is, you mentioned it's like an infinity bonus, only the difference here, especially at this early going, there is no blockage like there is in the typical infinity bonus in our industry. If you're familiar with those, you get blocked as people below you advance. In this, it's unlimited depth. So this is like a combination of the power of a unilevel plus the infinity aspect. This is really the meat of where the income's going to come from. And Michael, maybe you could talk a little bit about the maximum contribution per line and why you guys have that in there. Maybe why some of those percentages start to drop down like they do in the binary bonus. Just explain the logic there.
Sure, absolutely. So, I mean, first of all, you know, it starts at bronze instead of senior executive or executive because it's an acknowledgement of the fact that you know the newest, lowest level people are going to be pulling a lot of support from their upline, and then each of these lines is capped for the reasons we discussed earlier. We try to restrict at least somewhat the compensation for the one guy who gets lucky and has an amazing single team sponsorship that just takes off on him, and they're really not really doing the work. And so that maximum contribution per line, you really need to diversify your group. You can't really significantly rank advance with only 2 or 3 lines of personal sponsorship. You've really got to diversify yourself, and really stay out there recruiting leaders in the field.
Yeah, and I'll tell you exactly how this comes into play. There are probably about 5 people in this. I'm getting an echo with. Okay, Paul muted. Yeah, so there's probably 5 people in our profession who go around shopping their junkie leaders, saying, I've got this big name junkie that I can get to go to your company, and what I want is I want you to put me in a spot and then put them right under me, and then you make the deal with them and give them their $100,000 under the table and guarantee them a cooked leg and do all that. None of that works here, because if they don't actually come in and build a business, it isn't going to pay. So they don't even call us, so we don't even have to worry about those people. All right, let's go to number 11. If you could show that slide, David. Lifestyle bonus, it's just people think these are pretty sexy, and they are, because we like to get people out of debt. We want them to get rid of their car payment, get rid of their mortgage, and here's a way they could do that. First part is $350 a month to buy a car. Higher level is what is it? $600 a month? No, $1,000 a month for the higher level car, right? And then there's an apartment or office bonus for $1,500 a month. And number 12 way to earn is a travel award. It's an all expense paid trip once a year. And these are just the perks of the plan. You know, bonus cars and trips to exotic places. People have a lot of fun with them. They like them, and they're powerful recruiting incentives, I think. Anything you guys would add on those?
No, sir.
All right, so now there's 3 more ways to earn. Number 13, additional business centers. Number 14, millionaire fund. And number 15, profit sharing. These are, again, 3 items you will never hear us even talk about in a home presentation or at a hotel opportunity meeting for a couple of reasons. The additional business centers, they're literally not even necessary. The amount of money you make in one income center, I can tell you already, Luca Maloney, Edison, the people we have who are already making more than $1 million a year, they haven't opened an additional business center, and they have no plans to do so. There's really no need to do that here. The Millionaire Club and the profit sharing, the reason we don't talk about them at events is because these are mind-boggling numbers, because you're talking about the Millionaire Fund is 2% of company sales split just among those people. Well, we just ended a year where we did $112 million. So what's 2% of $112 million divided by less than 10 people? Less than 5 people, actually. Look at the profit sharing fund. 10% of company profits, again, split in a pool just for the diamond millionaires and above. That's a very small group of people for a very large amount of money. So if you're a network marketing professional who does this for a living and you understand comp plans, you know how much this can be worth for you. And anyone else, we just don't even, if we talked about it, their head would explode. Paul, anything, where would you go from here?
You know, it's one of those things where the company really is, by putting this kind of profit sharing in there, they're rewarding these top leaders for working with the entire company. No matter whose downline it is, now all of a sudden, leaders are earning on the volume of the whole company. It's just really smart business, because these, if they've gotten to this level in the compensation plan, they're really good builders. They know what they're doing. They're top leaders in the company. So how do you keep them interested? You keep them interested in growing the entire company. So it's brilliant. It's the right thing to do.
All right, and you had a question for Michael in terms of somebody's looking at this and saying, hey, what do I do to get this? What did you want to ask, Michael?
Yeah, so, you know, we hear this a lot from people, Michael, is, all right, I'm starting my business today in FuXion, and let's say my objective is I want to make, you know, $2,000 a month. Let's say that's their first objective. So how does that relate to the ranks in the plan, Michael, or $5,000 a month, or somebody wants to make $8,000 a month, you know, a classic six-figure income? What should people target as far as the ranks to kind of get to those income levels?
That's a great question, and I'm glad you asked. I think that the primary goals that you really want to look at, the realistic goals for people who are looking for a real income, are basically gold to diamond. So a person who is a gold, a solid gold, consistently earning you know, a gold check every week, and maybe pushing on their way to platinum, can pretty consistently earn $2,000 a month. A person who's a platinum, and particularly you know, a solid platinum on their way to double platinum, that's the kind of person who can be earning a consistent $4,000 a month. A double platinum probably can earn upwards of $8,000 to $10,000 a month, and a diamond is looking at somewhere in the $20,000 a month category.
And so, Michael, each of these ranks have a range, like a gold, and it probably is the way the business is structured. How many? I imagine somebody that has more WIP, they've enrolled more people personally, right? Let's say somebody gets to gold with 2 personal enrollments versus somebody gets to gold with 6 personal enrollments. How is that going to affect their income?
Well, it's going to absolutely affect their income, because if you take a look at it, you know, we just went through all of the bonuses, and as Randy said, the meat and potatoes of this program is between number 4 and number 10, right? Well, sponsorship bonus number 4, increased consumption bonus number 5, building bonus number 6, and leadership bonus number 9 are all dependent directly on the relationship between the sponsor and the personal enrollee. So just per force of nature, the more people you have personally enrolled that you're working with that are doing those things, the higher those bonuses are going to be.
So I mean, I think the coaching is for people that want to go fast. We want them to go wide. We want them to bring in enrollments, because that's going, even though, and this, Randy, was getting back to what you and I have talked about over the years, right, about binaries, is people have this idea in a binary, well, I just bring in one on my left and one on my right, and then that's it, I'm done. But it doesn't work like that. You know, and you've seen that over the years in the industry. I've seen it. What we want to coach people to do is, this is a business of bringing in personal enrolled people. And so what would be a healthy target for someone wanting to get to $4,000 or $5,000 a month, let's say, in the first 6 months? How many people should they personally enroll who are in action? Well, let's give people some targets. Michael, what would you say?
You caught me a little flat-footed. I'd have to do some analysis. I've never looked at that specific number.
But I mean, it would be more than 2, wouldn't it?
Oh, absolutely. It's absolutely.
Are we talking 5 or 6 people? And should people start focusing and targeting on building 5 or 6 lines of sponsorship in their organization?
I think that's your initial diversification for those first true income ranks, the gold through diamond. If you can develop a solid 5 teams, you can really build an organization, and from there, then you can start to diversify further to get to the higher ranks.
Great.
All right, that's really helpful. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, David, who's our ninja behind the scenes. As you can see, the plan really is genius. You don't have to know how it all works to get started. You just got to know, how do you get to the next rank? And all you have to do there is sign in to your back office, click your business thing there. It'll say what % you are qualified for the next rank. You drill down one more spot, and it'll tell you exactly what you need to get to the next rank. It is the best training business building tool ever created in the history of network marketing since the Earth's crust cooled. It's just amazing. And again, you don't have to understand the whole plan. If you want all the nuance, all the details, it's all there. It's right on the website. We just wanted to show you, hey, here's where the money is really made, and it rewards you for doing the right behavior. It really is a genius plan. And if you're serious and you want to come in and build a group and you're willing to work, this is a plan that will reward you. Thanks, everybody.